Hey, what's going on YouTube? It seems like a while since we've spoken. That's because I've been moving and I'm working in the kitchen in my new suite at the moment. 360 the camera real quick. I pay $1,000 a month to rent out this place, but it's self-contained. It has a bedroom, a suite, and a bathroom. I just recently did a setup video, so it's too early to do another one. I'll probably have to do a giveaway or something if I'm doing another setup video. But yeah, today we are changing out my old power supply for a new modular power supply. These cables make cable management a pain, and I needed more power anyway. The ones that are most annoying are definitely the ones that power your hard drives. These things, my gosh, there's like 8 of them and I only have 2 hard drives. So we are going with a modular power supply to limit the amount of cables that we have to manage. This work surface, well, I said I was working in my kitchen. This is the only place in my suite that doesn't have carpeting, which makes it the safest place to work to avoid static discharge. This is an anti-static work mat, so pretty good anti-static precautions. But just for the heck of it, before you work with any computer components, try and touch yourself to the metal casing to ground yourself. So this is not going to be an unboxing focused video, but I'm going to show you around the power supply. This is a Cooler Master 1000 watt gold, and gold means that it's better in efficiency than a bronze power supply, but not quite as efficient as the platinum power supply. A tip for new builders, you should shell out the extra like $20 or $30 to go with a modular power supply. And if you have to use a calculator to try and calculate how much energy you need for your graphics card configuration, then go with the next higher up power supply. Don't buy off-brand, because power supply is definitely something you don't want to cheap out on when making your build, even if you are on a, say like you're on your soft budget, a soft budget cutoff like $1,000 limit or $1,500 limit plus or minus a few $100s. And then some people have a hard cutoff where you won't go $1 over $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000. But protect your more expensive components with an extra $40 or $50 investment in a good power supply. So let's open up this power supply and see what we have. Alright, here we go. This is the, oh gosh, did I mess up already? Okay, this is the manual. It's important to read your manual regardless of how many videos you read or watch, because a lot of stuff is going to be relative to your build. Oh, quick trivia bit. I like a lot of the Cooler Master gaming peripherals. When they're making gaming peripherals, they're actually called CM Storm. I use Cooler Master keyboards and mice. Okay. Alright, let's compare this Cooler Master power supply with the old Corsair one. The bottom definitely looks a lot better, and there's a lot more cables in the old Corsair power supply. That much is to be expected, so this is not a 100% modular power supply. Everybody needs a motherboard power source, so that's not going to change. Everybody needs a, where's the CPU pin? Well, a lot of these can be purposed into whatever you want. Yeah, these can be broken up. This can be combined into the CPU 8 pin. This can be combined into an 8 pin. This can be purposed into PCIe by taking it off and making it 6 pin. This can be the other PCIe. And this, yeah, these are going to be for my graphics cards. Alright, let's see what other cables we have. The main power cable. We have Molex and hard drive. That's enough of the unboxing. I'll just add cables as I go. Alright, so I'm going to position my power supply facing downward. Thumb screws, these usually come with your case. These are going to be holding the power supply in place. So because I'm angling my fan downward, my thumb screws go into the bottom holes on my case. Yours might be a little different depending on the orientation that you like for your power supply. Now this pin will go through the back of my case. It's impossible to miss. It's either going to be a 20 pin or a 24 pin connector depending on which motherboard you have. And this powers your entire motherboard. Next, I'm going to convert any of the PCIe cables I'm not using for my graphics card into my CPU pins, and this cable connects into an 8-pin, so I'm going to use that for my CPU. Normally, you would snake this power cable through the back to power your CPU, but I can't with my ASUS Sabertooth Z77 motherboard, so I'm going to go ahead and place this over the front. It looks ugly, but I don't have any other options. So I heard a very satisfying click with my CPU power cable. There is one more small motherboard fan that I have to plug into a fan controller at the top of my motherboard. This is a really awkward motherboard to work with. I'm working through my top case fan to do this. Okay, good. The small motherboard fan is in. I'm going to snake these PCIe cables around the back. Power my graphics cards. Alright guys, this is my completed build. I have my fan controller set to maximum to allow the LED fans to glow their brightest. The biggest difference between this build and my previous build is definitely the cable management. It's still not perfect. I still have a lot of extraneous SATA cables and hard drive power cables over off on this side. This is definitely not something I would show off on the internet for cable management, but it's a lot better than my previous build. The only thing I didn't cover in my video was how to route the SATA cables from the motherboard into the drives where they need to go. But I converted the 3.5 and 2.5 hard drive and SSD bay into an external drive bay. I have a dedicated video completely on that, so that's when you'll see how to route the cables where they need to go. Let's see what else. Yeah, this part is still a mess. I have to get messing around with some zip ties. But that's pretty much it for this build. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next video.